Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Universally Epic Podcast, your go-to Universal trip planning podcast. I'm your host, Jim Klein, and in today's show is all about the holidays at Universal Orlando. We'll also give you some ideas of our holiday offerings we'd like to see to Epic Universe, which is opening May 22nd, 2025. And to help me out, I have a familiar face. She's a travel agent with the Magic for Less Travel and the star of episode 3 of the Universally Epic Podcast, Taylor Frank. Hey, Taylor, thanks for coming on. Welcome back.
Hi. I'm glad to be here.
Uh, So today we're going to talk about the holidays at Universal. They do offer quite a bit. So we're going to go through them relatively quickly and give a quick overview on things. So let's start with the Macy's Holiday Parade. I think it's one of those things that is very, very unique to a theme park. So for those that don't know, Macy's sponsors the Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City, and they have the huge balloons. So now think of that just on a smaller scale, right? And
Yeah.
they have like a Minions, they have the Macy's Star, but it's kind of cool because it's one of those things that you don't see anywhere else, right?
Yeah, it's Universal is kind of unique in the way that they have been sponsored by Macy's because I don't think that they do that anywhere else. And
Yeah,
so a lot of the balloons and stuff that you see are like smaller scale of like what they would have in the parade, which is
yeah,
always
exactly.
really
And
cool.
there's some nice like floats that go by and stuff, and like it's got that New York City style feel to it with the parade and everything. Um, and like New York City is, I think the epicenter of Christmas time in America. Like, so I'm from Long Island, New York. New York City is like the go-to place during the holidays, right? You go see the tree, you go to Bryant Park. Uh, so it's one of those things that it really feels like Christmas. And in the park there, so in the New York City portion of Universal Studios is where you'll find like the tree, right? Like the big tree there. Um, and so something that we need to talk about is Earl the Squirrel, right?
Earl the Squirrel. We
So
love him. He was on like half of the annual pass merchandise this year, I think,
yeah,
that
so
I
from
saw.
what I believe is Earl the Squirrel. So you'll for people that don't know, you walk into Universal Studios and Earl the Squirrel is like everywhere, and you're like, what is this thing? Right? Like, why are they like, you know, it's like a tribute to a squirrel, and you're like, okay, let's figure this out. So after a little research, you find out there was a squirrel in the tree eating some blue lights that like shorted out the lights, right? And it became this
Yeah.
like thing down there, right? So
Yeah, so Universal made him essentially a cast member, kind of like the icons for Halloween Horror Nights, but this one's a permanent icon and it's every year.
every year. And then in the tribute store where you have all the holiday merchandise, Earl the Squirrel's everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
And even this,
There's a girl one now. Have you
is
seen the
there really?
girl one?
No, I haven't.
I don't remember what her name is. Forgive me, Universal people, but there's a girl one now.
No, we don't even. I don't even know. But I don't know if you saw this on social media. Just a couple days ago, I saw now they have like a walk around character, Earl the Squirrel, where
Yeah.
meet and greet. Yeah, which is crazy. Like so, like this whole thing like blew up. And then here's a little fun fact that I found. So if you go up to the tree, you can search for a squirrel holding a blue light inside the tree. So it's
Yeah,
kind
they
of
hide him.
they hide them into the tree, and I guess every year it's like a little mini scavenger hunt for people that know that are in the know. So like anybody's listening to this now, you have to go look for this squirrel holding a blue light in the
And
tree.
you have to let us know if you find it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, shoot us a comment. Let us know where it is on the tree this year. Um, so that's like Universal Studios. And then also in both parks you have the Wizarding World, which gets decorated like amazingly for the
It's
holidays.
beautiful.
Yeah, so it's one of those things, especially over at Hogsmeade with like the snow capped like buildings there and stuff. It just looks amazing. They look incredible, and then with all
It,
the Christmas decorations, it's just that much more appealing.
it always feels so Christmassy in that area already.
Yep. So,
Because of all of the like the snow and stuff on the roofs, and then they put all the lights and all the decorations. Personally, I prefer the decorations in like the port of entry in Islands of Adventure. I think that they're beautiful. That whole area gets really, really decked out for Christmas, and I love it.
Yeah, it's not just in these lands, and like they do a great job across both parks. Like everywhere you go, it's like there's like little holiday touches everywhere, and it's really nice. In the Wizarding World, like I guess like the Frog Choir, they have a special performance, right? Holiday performance.
Yes.
Um, and then obviously when you're there, you have to have the hot butter beer because the hot butter beer is one of the best forms of butter beer. I don't know about your opinion on there.
I have a controversial take. I do not like hot butter beer.
Oh man, see, I was on with Jocelyn a couple weeks ago, and she loved the hot butter beer as well. I think it is a little sweet, but as a little treat, it's delicious. But I was also there in January, and it was cold, so maybe
Yeah.
that's why it was so appealing to me.
Yeah,
So
I
what's
guess one of my things is that I don't really do hot drinks in general. So, like, even when
okay?
I'm drinking coffee, even if it's black coffee, I just can't do it hot. I don't
Gotcha.
know what it is. And it's kind of because, like, for whatever reason, I will set something down, forget that it exists, and then I'll come back to it later and it's already room temperature and it just, hot or cold, it
Yeah.
ends up room temperature.
So what kind of butter beer is your favorite? Like, what do you lean towards?
Frozen.
Frozen. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We had mentioned on another episode the potted cream, the clotted cream. Yeah, clotted cream.
Yeah, clotted cream.
Have you tried that?
Yes. Oh my god, it's amazing. Holly is the whole reason that I had it. It sounds so gross, but it's so good.
It's definitely not like it's definitely not named in America. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're not used to clotted cream. It definitely
Yeah, because I thought it was going to be like cottage cheese
yeah, like a little
when
chunky.
she had explained it to me, and I was like, that sounds horrific. And she was like, no, 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 you have to try it.
No, it was so
It's
it's
so
very
good.
it is very good. So so you check out the Wizarding World of Harry Potter because they do a great job. I guess the big thing that we need to talk about in terms of the holidays is Grinchmas, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the Grinch takes over Universal basically um, during the holidays, and you
Mhm.
see it everywhere on social media,
Everywhere.
and you can't get away from it. And you know what? It's amazing. Like the actors that they get to play the Grinch are phenomenal. And like it is he's quick, he's witty, he's got that like edge to him. You do have to wait quite a bit if you want to see the Grinch, right? Like
Unfortunately,
yeah,
yeah, you should probably get there like right as that meet and greet opens if you want a chance to meet him and still be able to do the rest of the park.
yeah, so like the Grinch is like one of those things where like it's a huge draw. So you're talking a couple hour wait when it first
Hmm.
starts up and you're like, ah. But I hear it's worth it. I have not seen the Grinch. I have not visited the Grinch, but it seems like from social media, it looks like it would be a blast.
I see pictures and like videos and things like that all the time. And I was talking to Holly, the star of the first episode. I was talking to Holly, and she said that the show is amazing.
Yeah, so that's the what is it, Hula Day Spectacular?
Yeah, yeah. And I think last night I watched it on YouTube because I'm not gonna be able to make it down there for the holidays. I would love to, but I can't this year. But I watched a video on it and it's super funny. It's really, really funny.
Yeah. So here's the thing when you're going down there and you don't want to wait on like the lines and stuff for the Grinch. So they have this thing. It's called the Universal Holiday Tour. Um, and with that, now it is an added expense. But here's what you get with it, and we'll kind of go over and see if it's what you if you think it's worth it. All right. So what you get a meet and greet with the Grinch and Max. All right. Plus you get like some small appetizers, desserts, and drinks, non-alcoholic drinks. You have reserved seating for Grinchmas Hula Day Spectacular. There's a meet and greet with Universal Studio over at Universal Studios with Santa. Then you have priority access to one attraction. I guess it's depending on the itinerary and where you're at. And then also, you get an after hours showing of the Magic of Christmas at Hogwarts Castle. So that's the Magic of Christmas Hogwarts Castle is like a light show on the castle over in Hogsmeade. So the price starts at $100 per person. So what do you think about, is that, you think that would be a worthwhile,
Oh, that's more than worth it.
right? I
That's
think
like
so too.
way more than worth it.
So
I was expecting that price tag to be a little bit more expensive. I don't think I've ever like looked into the price for that because it's never come up, but um that's way more than worth it. That's
yeah, I agree 100% because
I would say that priority seating for the Grinch's show and the meet and greet with Grinch is probably worth $100 alone.
exactly. I agree with that because you don't have to wait 2 hours online to see the Grinch. You don't have to
Yeah.
get there early to see the show. It's one, and then here's the thing about that: the light show on Hogwarts Castle, on the Hogwarts Castle, is they clear out. They clear out the area after the park closes, and you're in there by yourself. I've heard
Yeah.
people sitting on the ground and just watching it with their families. Like that's how much space you have. And you know
Hmm.
how it is over there. Like it's kind of tight when you get up there towards the
Yeah.
castle.
Yeah.
So like when you're trying to see the light show, it's like everybody's like crammed into that upper part of Hogsmeade.
Right.
It's kind of
Right. Well, and because Hogsmeade was like built so it's smaller, so you can so like they can force the perspective.
yeah,
So they don't have to make everything so big because it's not got a very big footprint back there. Um, and so to be able to like have enough room to sit on the ground with your family,
yeah,
that sounds like a dream come true in
right.
in Hogsmeade.
And like okay, yeah, you get one ride, a part of it, but like that's even like that's not even like a big thing, like everything
Yeah.
else makes it so much more worth it, especially if you have kids, right? You don't have to wait that long for all those
Right.
attractions, seeing the Grinch, seeing Santa, seeing the show.
Mhm.
It'll save you a ton of time, and
Right.
it's I so I think we're both in agreement. That's definitely worth it. And what the that's the holiday tour, $100.
Do you
I think.
know if there's like a photo option in there? Like if you get photos?
Um, doesn't say that you get any sort of photo.
Okay.
Um, I'm sure the Grinch, they're taking your photo. You know what I mean? You
Hmm.
can definitely pay for
I
the photo.
just didn't know if they were including that also because I know a lot of the like
I don't
tours and
see
stuff
that
will
here. It's
do
not in
things like that.
the package that they sent us. But also, here's another way you can meet the Grinch is in the character breakfast. So they have a character breakfast, and it's different characters. So it's not just the Grinch. There's a
Hmm.
bunch of like people from Whoville that
Yeah.
that characters from Whoville that go around as well. I
Hmm.
hear this is a blast. I hear it's a good time. I
Oh
hear the
yeah.
food is very good.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I know I at least I've seen a couple of people that have gone to it that are like not really like like character dining at all people, and they go every year to the Grinch.
yeah. So like yeah, exactly. I think Holly actually just went down to
Yeah,
to
she
the
did.
yeah. So um, yeah, like that one starts at I think like it's pretty much the same as many other character meals in the
Yeah,
Orlando area. I think it's around $60 a person. Um,
yeah, I think you're right.
so it's in line price wise, but I think if you don't want to wait on that line as well, you know what I mean? So you're getting a meal, you get to meet the Grinch. I think it's definitely worthwhile to like take a look
Right.
at. And plus there is no real over at Universal, they don't really put too much emphasis on character dining, right? There's a
Hmm.
few like didn't they have like a Marvel's character dining you could do?
Yeah, over at the Fantastic Four Cafe, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But like it's not like on the other side of Orlando where it's just like one thing after
right,
you know.
right. Well, and Universal because Universal's licensing is so strange for a lot of the properties that they have in the parks. They can't really have a lot of walk around characters, from what I understand.
Gotcha.
Um, it's not like it's like unheard of and they could definitely do it if they put the time and effort into it, but people aren't really going to Universal for like the character experience as much as they are like at Disney.
Yeah, so here's one thing. Last episode we talked about Minions Cafe and how we love it, right?
Oh God, I love Minion Cafe.
How do we not have minions walking around Minions Cafe, right?
Ah, it is funny though because the team members inside of the Minion Cafe will refer to the minions like their bosses.
Yeah, right. Yes, yes. So it would be
There's like a giant minion like in the center of the Minion Cafe that every time they're just like, oh, we're just really hoping he doesn't burn your food.
you threw minion like a minion in a chef hat, right? Walking
I
around,
love him.
right?
That's exactly what they should do.
Throw it in some merchandising, right? Get a stuffed animal like an ad over here, right? And it would be great. And like
A
that
minion
could
with a
be
chef hat would go perfect in your corner.
right. It would be awesome. And like and like with Minions Cafe, do a breakfast. I would love to see. I know we're getting way off topic here in terms of but like do
It's
a
okay.
Minion character breakfast before the park opens. You could sell the man. My kids would love that. They would
I
love it.
don't I don't know that they would have the capacity to do something like that.
Yeah, I know it would be very limited, obviously, but you would sell out every day.
Oh,
Every,
absolutely.
every
You would
day.
have people booking months in
Exactly.
advance.
All right, Universal, give me a call. We'll go over things, okay?
Yeah, let's chat about that.
Yeah, yeah, let's go.
And then make sure that we get to be first in line there.
Exactly. We'll talk about it on the podcast. Some some other things that that I want to just touch base on the resorts. Definitely go little resort hopping. Each resort does its own thing for
They
the
do.
holidays.
Mhm.
Um, it looks amazing. They do a great job. We're not going to get into too much detail on it. I don't know if you've seen any of the resorts at Christmas time, but it is pretty special.
It is. And it's so Universal doesn't own their hotels. They're like partnered with Lowe's. And so it's really kind of neat to be able to they kind of work in conjunction a lot of the time with a lot of the things. Like for Halloween Horror Nights, they decorate all of the lobbies for like Halloween and things like that. And then for Christmas, they do a really similar thing, and it's so beautiful. I've seen the inside of Cabana Bay, but I don't think I've seen the inside of any of the other resorts.
Yeah, no, they do a really good job. Like
Mhm.
it's a very nice thing that they do. Um, so that's the holidays at Universal. If you guys are interested, reach out to myself or Taylor, and we could help you book your next trip down there to see the holidays at Universal. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to talk about what we'd like to see going into Epic Universe for the holidays. So stay right there, and we'll be right back. The Universally Epic podcast is brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel, a Universal You Preferred travel agency. If you are looking to plan your next Universal Orlando vacation, let's do it together. As a certified Universal specialist, I can help guide you through the planning process with helpful tips and tricks along the way. The best part, all my travel planning services are absolutely free to use. And when you book your Universal Orlando vacation with me, you qualify for an exclusive booking bonus offer from the Magic for Less Travel. A $25 Universal gift card for all vacation packages over $2,500. Ready to start planning? Email me at jim.klein@themagicforless.com to start planning your next epic Universal vacation. Welcome back, everybody. So we're going to get into talking about Epic Universe and what we'd like to see the holidays look like at Epic Universe. Um, Taylor first wants to talk about the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Um, let's start there. What would you like to see come?
So we've seen kind of what the inside of the Ministry of Magic looks like now. They've released some pictures of what the inside looks like, and it looks like there's like a fake ceiling that looks like the night sky, like inside the Ministry of
Yep.
Magic. And I think that it would be really cool if they could do some kind of like projection show or something up there for the holidays, or like maybe even like, you know how like
Like
you can make the lights look like it's snowing.
yeah, so like a projection mapping type of thing. But
Yeah.
like over at the tribute store, right? Don't they have sometimes they have like it looks like rain coming down,
Yes.
right? Like
Yeah,
so
they did that with
like
the tribute store for HHN 2
yeah,
years
so
ago, I
they could
think.
do something similar like that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be cool.
That would be fun. I would it would be kind of neat to see kind of like the Paris streets or the London streets kind of just like entirely decked out for Christmas in whatever way that they choose to do so, but it would be really cool considering how much effort they put into Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley in the other two parks. I would not be shocked if we were to see the same level or even more, especially in the first year of Epic being open for the holidays. I wouldn't be shocked if we see, full light displays, probably a Christmas tree in the middle of the courtyard. It would be
Yeah,
beautiful back there.
it's gonna look really good. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're gonna do it really well because they do the other two parks so well.
Yeah.
Um, and even like probably when you're walking through the portal, it would kind of be
Mhm.
cool because I'm assuming like you would think those portals. You think they're gonna be like LED panels inside the portals,
I
or no? You
think,
think it's just gonna be like solid kind of? Because that would be kind of cool if they could throw something in there to like kind of get you in the. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, and I would assume that they're probably gonna like be able to decorate the portals themselves on
Yeah,
the outside. But I would assume that there would have to be LEDs in there because they have the warp pipe for Mario, and I feel
right.
like
That's
they're probably gonna light that up.
it would be kind of cool, right? Yeah, yeah, that would
Mhm.
be very
Or
cool.
like lightning for Dark Universe, like going through the tunnel.
It would be very cool, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So you could definitely decorate the outside of the portal, head into
Yeah.
the yeah. It would look really cool, and I like
Mhm.
the idea. Like the huge Christmas tree would be like that would be a nice focal
Like a
point there.
really big
Yeah,
Christmas tree.
yeah, like really nice. Yeah, that would be really cool. I like that. Um, and also like maybe some holiday food associated with like
Hmm.
France and London and that type of thing that we kind of don't see in the States would be kind of nice to see over there.
Right. No, I am hoping that, especially with just like the location of all of the um, worlds in each of the areas, because they're all from like vastly different places. It would be really neat to see like the holiday version of whatever that place is.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. Um, yeah, so like definitely, Ministry of Magic would be amazing at Christmas time.
It
Like
would
I
be
think they're
so
gonna do a
pretty.
great job. Yeah, it's gonna look really nice. It's gonna look nice already without Christmas decorations. So, and it just looks like
If
there's so many lights and so many like things that are gonna look really cool.
if you or anybody listening to this hasn't seen the pictures for the inside of the Ministry of Magic, I had to zoom in as far as I could on the picture because it looked like it was AI generated. They are real photos.
Really,
That is really it's not concept art. I thought it was concept art.
that's amazing.
And those are real photos and it's crazy the amount of detail that's on the inside of that building.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be really really nice.
Yeah.
So for my Christmas, I wanted to think of ideas for Isle of Burke because I think that's like one of the Isle of Burke doesn't get mentioned as much at Epic Universe. I feel, um, but the land looks amazing, and I didn't think I wanted an Isle of Burke like How to Train Your Dragon land until you see like the concept art, and you're like, oh wow, that looks like a lot of fun, right? Like when you walk
Mhm.
in and stuff, it's like there's a lot of moving parts to it. But so it's based in like I had to do some research on this, but like How to Train Your Dragon is like Scottish type based. So I was looking into some Scottish traditions that could possibly go in, and so of course like decorations, the usual stuff, right? Decorations, lights. But what I found was so what the Scottish people do, right? They have this thing called first footers, and it's basically for people like the first people to arrive on Christmas Day at your house. They receive like a gift, basically. So so what I'm thinking is, right? So when the park opens in the morning, right? The first person through the portal gets like a gift, right? Now traditionally, it's let me look this up. Hold on. Let me give me a second here. It's called they're black buns, right? So it's like a food item, and it's
Okay.
made with raisins, currants, almonds, citrus peel. So it's like a bread, basically. Don't have to do that because like that might not appeal to too many people. Like, and you have to worry about
Yeah.
nuts and all that stuff. But something, maybe even like an ornament or something like that would be kind of cool to
Yeah.
like oh, you're a first footer, and like only during the holidays, right?
Yeah.
And it would be really cool to see like people like the people that would know it. You don't have to advertise that either. It's one of those things like, you know,
Yeah.
you show up, oh, you're the first footer, and you get like a prize. Like I think that would be kind of cool.
Hmm.
Another thing, Scots are a little like sneaky, right? So what else they do is they make this like Yule bread, which I think they could sell in the land.
Hmm.
Bread has like a little trinket inside. Now, I don't recommend them putting trinkets inside the bread because like choking hazards and like
Maybe they
all,
could put it on top.
yeah,
So it's like still there, but it's like it's just
it,
on top of the bread.
put it in the packaging right underneath.
Hmm.
So like you don't know which one is it's in. And once again, like you whoever purchases the bread, right, as your snack or whatever, if you find that little trinket or even like a little medallion underneath the bread,
Hmm.
right? Take it to the gift shop. You get like a little Christmas decoration, holiday decoration, an ornament.
Yeah.
Like that would be kind of cool because then it would just be like another thing that like people might look forward to and kind of
Or like
entice.
a magnet. People love magnets.
Yeah, a magnet.
Universal does magnets for everything.
You could give a little Christmas like lanyard or something. You're in Universal, right? Like you love
Yeah,
lanyards. Like
I love magnets. I have
I think that would be kind of.
15.
Oh wow, yeah, you love lanyards. That's that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, we have a lot of lanyards.
And then the last thing I want to talk about is I'm gonna mess up the name of this. Hold on, I actually Googled how to say this.
I have
Uh,
faith in you.
yeah, Hagmanay. It's called Hagmanay, right? So
Okay.
it's a New Year's celebration, and they celebrate it around New Year's. It's on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And what
Okay.
I'm thinking is you could have the show, like where the How to Train Your Dragon show is going to be. You could do
Hmm.
a holiday show on that stage celebrating the new year, like every day. So, like, I thought that would be kind of cool to like incorporate that in the. So it'd be an additional, like, you could still have the regular show, but like maybe a couple times at night or something like that, and
Hmm.
then maybe some small fireworks going off and stuff like that. So, like, those are my ideas for Islework. Like, obviously, decorations are going to be nice, but it's going to be more. It looks like geared towards kids, right? The land, but not. It's not.
Definitely, yeah.
I wouldn't consider it a kiddie land, right? It's not like DreamWorks
That's
or you
fair. Okay, that's
you know,
fair.
like DreamWorks is a little bit on the smaller kids end. This one I
Yeah.
think is gonna be more like towards your like 8 to 10, 8 to 12 year olds,
Right.
right? Like that's how I'm
Yeah.
looking at the land. So I think that would be really cool, especially with all like the little trinkets and this and that. Like I think that would be a really cool idea. Um, you have anything else that you would want to talk about in terms of Epic Universe and the holidays?
Yes. I want to talk about Dark Universe a little bit.
Okay.
Because while I know that everybody's probably like, oh, that's going to be the Halloween area. That's where everybody's, going over there to get spooked or whatever. I don't think that's the case. Because I know that Universal really likes to be funny sometimes, and I think that it would be really funny to see Frankenstein with a Santa hat. Or have like Santa Frankenstein.
That would
I
be
think
fun.
that would be really funny.
That would be good. I was thinking for Dark Universe, Krampus, right?
Krampus would be good. That would be a
Right?
really, really good addition, especially for like the street ambiance thing that they're doing.
Yep.
Just to like randomly have Krampus in like a corner.
Yeah, it would be so funny.
That would be, I would jump.
They
I
could have
would
a
jump.
lot of fun, right? They could have a lot of fun with that. It'll definitely
Definitely.
ignore it. And that's where they could have that like edgier Christmas side to it, you know?
Right, right. And I mean, I think it works.
I think so too.
I think somewhere in their log, Universal has a Krampus movie.
It's got, right? They have to. So
It would make sense.
yeah, no, that works. I think that works. All right, so that's going to do it for this week's episode. I want to thank Taylor for coming back on the show. Taylor, where can they find you again?
Taylor Made Travels on Instagram,
All right,
and Taylor Franklin on Facebook.
all right. So follow Taylor on social media. Like and follow and subscribe to Universally Epic Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Also, listen to the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, join the Universally Epic Tips and Tricks Facebook group. This episode is brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. If you have any Universal Orlando trip planning questions or looking to book your next trip, email me at jim.klein@themagicforless.com. And like always, have an epic week, everybody. Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Universally Epic Podcast, your go-to Universal trip planning podcast. I'm your host, Jim Klein, and in today's show, it's all about the holidays at Universal Orlando. We will give you our ideas see what happens. It's like, I guess I have to because now it's like a part of the whole blooper reel. Okay, let's go. Oh, yeah.
The chair is being weird. Okay. I felt it slipping, and I was like, I'm getting shorter. Oh, no.
Also join the epic, universally epic tips and trips.